Okay, welcome back, guys. Based on the request as well, someone was requesting for invoice. Then maybe I could create a video on how to do that. So I want to quickly show you how you can create an invoice, professional one, and very simple and straightforward. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. The first thing is to think about the size you want. So for instance, I want to use the size which is 901 by 1280. So this is the size we are going to use. So after that, you select the kind of background you want. So actually, I want to use white. I have the ribbon. I have something like a calf which I want to use under that. So I'm going to bring that one forward. So take it for instance. I'm bringing this as a kind of a borderline. So after positioning it, you make sure that the relative size is 100. So now we are good to go now, right? So I want to check because there is a lapses at the top, so I need to just cover those areas. So you increase it a little bit, make sure there is no any whitish something at the top corner. So after you're able to do that, so the rest are so simple. So I'm thinking of just erase the part here which are supposed to correct after that, but after that I will do this. So once you are able to do that, then the next thing is to bring it the logo you want to use. So I have the logo which I want to use. I guess this is the logo, so I will position the logo here. After I position the logo, I will lock it. All this will serve as a kind of a demarcation. So once you are able to do that, then you will go to uh the store name. So let's say Diko store. Diko store. So which font am I using? Let's look out for Telugu. You have a font called Telugu. I think I forgot and I just download it. So let me just, because you need to make more research about the font you want to use. Okay. Coming. So let me check out the font. So the font is Anek Telugu. So we look for the bold one out of it. So that is the one we are going to use, or we prefer to use another one, the biggest one. So you need to scroll up down for you to be able to see, because they are font family, so which they appear differently. So you look at the one that tall and the bold. You see this is another one. So I just make a research on it and I think it will be good for this, but if it doesn't, I can still improvise. So like let's look for a leaks pattern. So leaks pattern will be bold and will be cool for this. Okay, so once you select this, so you can position that here. So after position, you space it, just add s stars. So you space it a little bit. Okay, after spacing, you go to the color, then you bold the color, make it black. So once you're able to do that, you're good to go. So you go to the slogan. Your satisfaction is our priority. Your satisfaction is our priority. Then you go to the font area. So let's look for the that Telugu of a thing that we check the Telugu Anek. So if we use something like this, or the, let's say this tall one, then we are going to position in Italian style. Then we are going to bold it. Go to the color, change the color to black. Then you make sure that you position it under here. You can just space the alphabet a little bit so that it can be readable. So you check. You can reduce the size a bit. Okay, then you check, you see everything seems to be cool. Okay, perfect. So now that you're able to do that, give it a breathing space a little bit. Let it calm down. So you can bring this one down a bit as well. So the only thing that you need to do here is just to make sure that you exercise patience and you arrange everything strictly. So after that you copy, then you put receipt. Okay, receipt. So when you put receipt, you are going to position that around here. So when you position it here, reduce the size a little bit. After that, we go to the mark, the line. So use the color picker immediately, pick your color so that there won't be any stress. So once you use the color picker, you can position that here as a kind of a demarcation. So let it end there. There's one thing that you need to do. Turn on your grid, okay, that will serve as a ruler. So I'm placing a ruler here. I'm placing another ruler here. But when you look at it critically, you discover that the space at the left and at the right are not the same. So which means I have to position this here. So tap here, then you can now use it as a measure. Then we increase this towards this side. So you can tap and see it's too tiny. So we still need to adjust it. So look at it now, it's too tiny. So I guess this is cool now because this place need to be thicker. Okay, it has to be thicker. Remember, is the upper part, so it needs to be thicker, but not too thick and not too small. So but I guess it's okay like this. So after that we need to just fast. So we need to just copy this. Then we have number. So when you put number, okay, it's won't be in Italian. You cancel, then bold it. So after you're able to do that, we'll bring that one down. Okay, increase the size a bit. You can print this actually, you can print it out. So what I'm going to do here is to change the font. So I want to use another font, Anek. So I have varieties of it. So but I guess I should use this. But shouldn't be too bold anyway. But still manageable. But I can change it since they are font family. So I should choose the one that not too bold and can give me what I want. So this is cool. Let's manage this. So after you position that, you can now bring up a line. So that line will be here. So we just crop, position this here. Then we're going to place it. Okay, perfect. So once you are able to do that, we are going to copy the same thing. Then we have dates. So when you have dates, then the next thing we are going to do is okay, you reduce the size. Then we are going to bring up another line which you are going to position here. Just position another line that will rhyme to this place. So you position it, then you go to color, just give it color. So we are going to just adjust it a bit. So once you do that, bring it down, add point to this. Okay, I guess we are good to go. So reduce the size, bring it down a bit, and it should not exceed. So when you look at it critically, I guess we're almost there. So after that we can now copy this. We can copy this. Then we have ms. Okay, then we click OK. We are going to bring that one down very fast. So once we bring it this place, we are going to increase the size, position it here, turn on the grid as a kind of demarcation, then position it here. So after that, the next thing is to just copy this. So when you copy, just position it directly to the center, then you move it towards the edge, then you go to your relative size. Don't enable reach so that you not scatter. So the width, you need to shift it to touch the line. So once you shift it to touch the line, so that the line will be rhyme, so you can now move it and position it under this. This is where we're going to measure. So but I can use you're supposed to measure it, but for the sake of tutorial I have to be faster in doing that. So after that I will copy. I don't need to stress myself much now since I have the line. So once you do that, you position to the center. Just make sure that you position it well. Okay, this thing is beyond, so let's adjust it first. So I will delete this because once it is not rhyme there is an issue. So the width I will reduce, then reposition again, so it might not be reposition. So once you reposition, it should be straight. Very good. So you can now be copy and pasting. So when you copy and paste, we bring another one towards this edge, very close. So once you do that, then the next thing is to do a kind of a demarcation to make everything work. So we are going to copy and bring this. So when you bring it, you position this again. So now that you position that, you have to go and copy. So after copy, we rotate. Let's say we rotate to 90. So once you rotate to 90, we are going to position it down. So we'll position it down here. So after positioning it down, we'll off it. Then the width should be reduced. It shouldn't be there, it should be reduced. And when we're reducing it, there should be a lot of space here. So as I'm reducing it that way, so I have to reposition. Okay, perfect. So it should be around there. So once I do that, then the next thing is copy reach to the center. Then we are going to space it very well. So once you position it to that area, move it to this area. So now copy. So once you copy, you move it. Move it and position it here. So you can enable. Very cool. Very good. So now, so the next thing we need to do is to just copy paste. Sorry. So we are going to be copy paste. So once you copy, you just adjust a bit. So you are going to still copy. So when you copy, you adjust a bit. So once you do like two, you can merge the two together so that when you are copying it will be faster. So like as I copied that, so I guess I'll copy it. So you just position it so it will be in two places instead of you to be stressing yourself. So you copy another one, you move it very faster, and we can merge more than that just to make it quick. So after that we copy. So this is the area where we know whether that one will work. So after that we bring it down. So it should be at this juncture, but I don't think it will work. But if it doesn't work, there is a way we are going to manipulate that because it has to work. Okay, we have to adjust the two line. Okay, so I'm going to delete that. So this one needs to be adjusted, and this one, sorry, so I need to adjust this a bit. So once I tap it like two, I will bring it here. So this one needs to be adjusted like two as well. 1 2. So I will adjust it. So after adjusting it, then I can come here and tap any of these just as a kind of a demarcation. So now I want to position this here. They are just two places. So if I position it here, I will go and bring another one to cover the mouth. That's what I want to do. And I don't want the line to be too different from others. So I guess it's okay like this. It's just for me to move this one down just to join it. So once you check and it's beyond the level, so we can quickly adjust it. Okay, so let's first of all bring it to the front. So once you're able to do that, then instead of you stressing yourself, you can use the mask to cut out that mouth that will be giving you unnecessary something. So you just bring it, position it here, then you cut it. You see it work. So now the next thing is to just make sure you join these two to come down. So join it. So once you bring it, you can apply the previous method to make sure it work for that one too. So let's do the same thing for this one. So once you do that, you just adjust. So if it is too much, what we're going to do is just first of all bring it to the front, then you go to your mask, just stretch the mask like this. So once you stretch it for cutout, enable it and move it down here so you can cut it. You see it work and very neat. So another thing we need to do is to do the same thing to this one. So because it's tiny, so your hand might not be able to touch. So bring it to the front, then you go to the mask, stretch it like this. Stretch your mask like that anyhow, as long as you can cut out what you want. So just make sure it cuts it out. So let's see, it work. So now everything seems to be okay. I guess something hiding here, so I deleted it. Now let's fast and put in all the label. So take it for instance, I will copy this, put the label, quantity, QTY, then I will go to the color, use the color picker to pick the color here. Then after that I will move it down. move it down and position it under this place. Reduce the size, then have you position it here. Have you position here. So after you position that, you go to copy, then you have particular. So once you have particular, you can go to this place, position it, particulars, then you go to price. After price, you go to the amount. So that amount, you need to reduce the size very well to this, and this is 22. You can do this the same thing to everything. 22, this one 22, particular 22. Okay, we are good to go. So now that we position that, then we can copy and put other thing like E and O.E. Then we can position that directly to this place. Okay, after that we have a cash or check, cash slash check. So after that, you reposition to the center. Go to copy, type total, bring it down and position it here. So we are good to go. So the next thing we are going to do is to bring in the social media icon. So we are position it here. So we'll lock it so that our hand will not be touching it. So once we do that, then we'll first of all put in the write up. So copy this, then we'll put goods once sold are not reaccepted. Don't mind my grammar. I'm not reaccepted. So we are going to just scale this thing to make it bigger, reposition very well, and change the color to this. So guess is okay. So now we put in the address, the Gmail. So take it for instance, I'm going to copy this, then removing it from landscape. Then I will go to the edit, put in my Gmail, Diko graphic design, at gmail.com. So after putting that, I will click OK, then have it positioned here. Then I will put in my website, that is www.dikographics.com.ng. So I'll position that under the website, but you make sure that it's not big past the icon, otherwise it will look bad. Okay, so you make sure that the size of the text are in line with the size of the icon. So after that, you put in the phone number plus 234 Okay, so we'll position that here. So after that, we put in our address. That is hotel number, just number 2, hotel F area along Ikere Road, Oshogbo, Osun State. Okay, so the Ikere should get capital letter. So let's adjust that. So once you do that, then you position this. It might not take it, so you need to make it to be 2, just like this. Then you close the space in between them to move closer so that it can be presentable. Now we're too good to go with everything. As you can see, this is how to design an invoice on your Android smartphone. And actually you can print this very well. You can print it. Just make sure you save everything with Ultra. Okay, don't change the size. This 6 better size. You can just make sure you save your work exactly as this. So you can do this under 30 minutes, under 20 minutes, and you have an amazing result. This ribbon, I just decided to put this this design. I got it on the Google, so I just looking for something that can serve as a demarcation and make it faster, so I come up with that. So I believe we'll learn something from here. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless you. So make sure you save your work with Ultra and PNG, so you can actually save it. And another trick you can do is that after saving it this way, you can go to photo P. So take it for instance, let's say I went to photo P. So you can save it in photo P as PDF. Okay, when you save it as PDF, you can import it. So what I'm saying is this: when you click open, so you go to where you have the design we just make now. So it's very simple. So you go to PixelLab, bring that design out, so it will load and place properly. So once it plays like this, what you will need to do is to go to export it as PDF, so that when you go to print it, it will come out. You can save it as anything you want. So just click OK. So now you see it has turned to PDF. So let's see, this is WPS, so it has turned to PDF, so you can print it. It won't lose quality. So thanks for watching once again. God bless you.